Oh My God, the subdued title by Fay R Kiley. Oh My God is a city story about a not-so-quiet night on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. She's watching the news. It wasn't Halloween yet, but fall was in the air. There was a hurricane in Texas, and I was watching the sad devastation on TV. Suddenly, the television turned itself off. An eerie silence hung in the air. I looked over at the cable box to see if all the indicator lights were blinking normally. Only 2 of the many lights were working. It looked like our cable company was having an outage. I sighed and hoped the TV would be back on for the 11 o'clock news. The apartment building seemed so deadly quiet for a Saturday night. I sighed again, picked up my cell phone. I decided to play an internet game. I was racking up millions of virtual dollars in a casino game. Bells were ringing and crowds were cheering in the background. I thought this would be a fun way to bide my time until our regular television shows came back. I was laying down and totally relaxed on the sofa bed when all of a sudden an ear-piercing series of shots rang through the building. Pow, 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 pow. After picking my heart up from the bottom of the sofa bed, I jolted up. Oh my God, I thought, what am I going to do? I froze momentarily. Then all of the fear factors mixed with adrenaline kicked in. I was torn between fight and flight, trying hard to find my sensibilities. I grabbed a pair of jeans. With only one leg in, on one side, I started hopping frantically towards the back bedroom. Max, my husband, had gone to bed early. I was hoping that he had heard the sounds too, but oh no, he was snoring away in perfect peace. I was too scared not to jostle him. I aggressively wiggled his legs. I communicated well enough that he got right up. Max said that he hadn't heard anything. He asked me if I was sure. I rolled my eyes and screamed, sure enough to be shaken like this. He could see my whole body trembling. Max jumped up and tried to get his jeans on. He banged a toe on the bed's leg. He gave a hoot or two, but continued to dress quickly. What? Now, dressed in a t-shirt and jeans, Max walked toward the front door. He was checking to see if the chain locks were on. Both locks were set properly. I thought he was going out the door, so I yelled, "Don't go out there! I have no idea what to do, but don't go out there. I'm going to call 911. Max told me not to call, but then he went out the door anyway to check the hall. I dialed 911 right away. A pleasant and way too calm woman answered the phone. She seemed to have so many questions to ask me before I could even tell her the problem. Finally, she assured me that the police were on the way. In less than 2 minutes, I did hear the sirens. Max just wanted to go back to sleep. Then he noticed that the TV wasn't working. He wanted me to call the cable company. I was exasperated over his priorities. I was busy gathering a line of defense. I had gathered a Windex spray bottle, brooms, and a lighter. I was considering boiling a microwave water. Please, Max, one crisis at a time. I'm worried about our lives, and you're thinking about the TV? I shook my head. He paced the floor and then sat in his favorite chair and smoked a couple cigarettes. 10 or 20 minutes later, I heard no more shots, but I did tell Max that I wouldn't be surprised if they found somebody dead in the building come Monday. I called back to check the status of my first call. A man this time assured me that the police had arrived on the scene and were still investigating the area. He also said that it was okay to check back in 10 to 15 minutes. Max started pacing again. He needed to be busy while he waited to find out what was happening. He decided to make coffee. He stayed inside and waited with me. At about 10:45 p.m. I called again. I was transferred to the 1st District headquarters. I explained how I wouldn't be able to sleep until I knew what was going on. The police officer apologized. I can understand that, ma'am. Everything is okay. Usually flyers and other notices are posted well in advance of these practice drills that are going on in your neighborhood. He assured me that the Secret Service were testing emergency equipment. We apologize for your frightening experience. He proceeded to tell the duration of this drill. I said, "Oh, thank you, thank you. Such a great ending to such a fearful ordeal." I relayed the message to Max. In less than 2 minutes, I heard the blissful sound of snoring coming from the back room. Good night, Washington, D.C. Good night. The end.